Hi guys, I am back to BookTube. Sorry I had to take a little bit of a break. I had something personal come up and it kind of shook up things for a bit for me, but I am slowly getting back to normal. Sort of, kind of, not really, but trying to get back to normal. Wanting to get back to normal, how about that? And this is the one readathon that I really wanted to participate in when I joined BookTube. So I am gonna try to participate in it, and that is the Spookathon. So this is my Spookathon TBR. So let's jump right into it. If you don't know what the Spookathon readathon is, I will put the details down below. Books and Lala and two other amazing booktubers are hosting the readathon, so I will put all the details, all the information that you need to know below so that if you want to participate, you can. It's gonna be awesome. The first book is the book that is the read-along book for the readathon, which they are doing as the readathon book for everybody, and that is A Stranger in the House by Sherry Lapina. This one right here. And I read her book, The Couple Next Door. I read that one last year, maybe, or earlier this year, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited about this one. This one counts for two. This one counts for my thriller, and it counts for my childhood fear. My childhood fear was a stranger in my house, somebody breaking into my house. I was terrified of somebody breaking into my house. When I was a kid, that was my biggest fear. At night, I would lock my door and then I would take, as if this would keep people out, I would take tape and put it over the lock, thinking that then people couldn't get through the lock. I was a kid, I didn't know. I thought that that would keep a stranger, a murderer, out of my house. So I would put tape over the lock thinking that that would keep them out. And then I had a plan. If somebody were to break into my house, there was the porch was right outside one of my bedroom windows, and we had this little, I don't know, roof over top the porch. And so I was gonna climb out onto the roof and then shimmy down one of the little railings, I don't know, whatever, shimmy down it and run to the neighbor's house. And that was my plan, and that was what I was gonna do if somebody broke into our house and tried to murder me or kidnap me or murder my family. And I was always thinking about how fast can I get to that window, and I would time myself and I would try getting out of bed really quickly and racing to that window and opening it really fast. And I never tried getting out onto the roof because I was also really scared of having to do that part, but I always said I would if I had to. So I was terrified of that. I was really terrified of strangers, murderers, kidnappers, terrified. So scared as a kid, so scared. So this counts as the thriller and the childhood fear because I didn't want a stranger in my house when I was a kid. No! Don't do it! Next up, a book with orange on the cover. And this is not a thriller, even though this readathon is all about reading thrillers and mysteries and things like that. I decided to put in a nonfiction book because I'm needing to read nonfiction books for my business. So this one has a little bit of orange in the cover in one of the circles if you can't see. I am really excited about reading this book. It is The 4 Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin. And it says the indispensable personality profiles that reveal how to make your life better and other people's lives better too. I'm so excited. I've read multiple books by Gretchen Rubin. I think she's a fantastic author. I love all of her happiness project books. So I'm super excited to give this one a read and see what she has to say about the 4 profiles or the 4 tendencies, which are upholder, questioner, obliger, and rebel. I'm really excited to see what she says about these and to tell you what I think about this book. And I think it'll be good to break up the 3 novels that I have picked up with this nonfiction book. Next up is pick a book with a spooky word in the title. And I challenged myself to go through every book on my TBR and pick the book with the spookiest word in the title, no matter what that book was, no matter how long it was, no matter what. So I did it. And that is Grave Mercy by Robin Lefevre. It's 500 and some pages. And it's a fantasy novel, but grave is a spooky word, right? It's super spooky. And I thought it would be really good for the Spookathon because it's such a spooky word. Now, this is not a thriller. This is a young adult fantasy novel. I believe it is about nuns who become assassins, or assassins that pretend to be nuns. But I think it is nuns who become assassins. I could be wrong. I got this book years ago, maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't know, a while ago, you guys, years ago. And I really, really want to read it. So I'm excited that this was the spookiest word that I could find on my TBR shelves, because I'm really excited to kind of force myself to read this because I really do want to read it. I've heard really great things about this series, so I'm excited. I'm excited to dig into this one. And my last book is for the challenge of a spooky location or a scary location. And I read just a little bit about this book so that I could find out if it qualified. This one qualifies for me. Not everybody will think this is a spooky location, but I think it is. And the book is Best Day Ever by Kira Rauda. This book is about a married couple, like the perfect married couple, and they live in the suburbs, but this takes place when they go to a vacation lake house. And from what I gather, I think the lake house is kind of on its own. There aren't a lot of other properties around it. And that to me is spooky. I'm not about going to lake houses where there are not other people around. That's where murders happen all the time. That's where bad things happen. Bad things go down at lake houses where there are no other houses around. Cabins in the woods? No. Where there are no other cabins around, no one can hear you scream? No. Not for me. That is scary to me. I'm already a little bit freaked out, I have to say. So I don't know what's happening in this book, but I know it's gonna be scary. And to me, that's a scary setting because you never know what's gonna happen. Deep breath. So for this TBR, I have 2 thrillers, I have 1 young adult fantasy novel, and I have 1 non-fiction book. I think that's a pretty good TBR. I know that this readathon is about getting you to read more thrillers, but I read lots of thrillers anyways. So I'm really excited about this week. I'm really excited to dig into these books. I was thinking about daily vlogging, but with the things that I have going on personally, I think that would just add lots of stress. We'll see. I still want to do it, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think I'll just make a wrap-up video at the end and let you guys know how I got on with these books. But I'm really excited. I will let you know how I got on with them because I can't wait. I can't wait to do lots of reading this week. I hope that you have an amazing week of reading. If you are participating in Spookathon, please let me know down below what you're gonna be reading. If you have a TBR video or blog post, please let me know where I can find it. I would love to check it out. And that's all I have for you today. I hope that you are having an amazing week. I'm April, and I will see you again soon with another video. Bye! Yeah, yeah. forehead look extra big? Seriously. My forehead did not grow. Why does my forehead look bigger? My forehead didn't grow. So this doesn't make sense. Why a forehead would look bigger all of a sudden. It doesn't make sense. Right? Right? Am I crazy? Spookathon! And let's just stop talking to myself.